Hey there, fellow pilots. If you have ever dreamed of taking to the skies in some of the world's most advanced aircraft, then Digital Combat Simulator or DCS is the place to be. But with so many modules to choose from, it can be pretty overwhelming for beginners. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we are diving into the top 3 DCS modules perfect for those just starting out. So let's get started. Before I begin, let me add one more thing. I have been playing DCS for the past 15 years or so, but I can't really say I'm an expert on this subject as I've been playing on and off. I really like and love playing DCS and I have been playing it for quite some time, but that doesn't automatically make me an expert on DCS. So, what I'm about to say here is based purely on my own personal experience and thoughts, so do take them with a big grain of salt, okay? First up is Flaming Cliffs 2024, or FC 2024 for short. If you are unsure about where to start, Flaming Cliffs is like the sampler platter of DCS. A little bit of everything to help you find your perfect ride. This pack gives you a selection of aircraft, including the F-15C, Su-27, Su-33, Su-25, F-86, F-5, J-11, and A-10A, all with simplified avionics. But make no mistake about the simple avionics. Although the complicated and complex aircraft avionics have been simplified, I can tell you that the flight models are top-notch. Anyway, with the simple to use avionics, you spend less time fiddling with cockpit buttons and more time actually flying and fighting. It's a perfect entry point if you're new to flight sims and just want to jump into the action. Take the F-15C for example. It's an air superiority fighter with a powerful radar and easy to use weapon systems. It lets you focus on dogfighting and BVR beyond visual range engagements without getting lost in the complex startup and usage sequences. If you want a well-rounded introduction to DCS without the deep learning curve, Flaming Cliffs is the way to go. Next, let's talk about a full fidelity aircraft, the A-18C Hornet. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, isn't this one of those more complex jets? Yes and no. While the Hornet does have a fully interactive cockpit, it's also one of the most user-friendly full fidelity modules in DCS. Of course, it does get complex if you decide to dig deeper and really want to learn the jet. Nevertheless, it's totally possible to enjoy the jet with minimal learning and knowledge. And there are tons of learning materials on the internet and YouTube. It has an automated startup sequence, meaning you don't have to memorize a long checklist to get in the air. Even if you decide to do a manual startup, it's relatively simpler than other fixed-wing aircrafts. Plus, the multifunction displays and HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick controls make learning its systems much more intuitive compared to some other older generation aircrafts. The best part? As its designation, FA, Fighter and Attack suggests, is a true multi-role aircraft. You can take part in air-to-air dogfights, launch missiles from beyond visual range, or go full ground attack with laser-guided bombs. It's a jack of all trades and a great long-term investment in DCS. The A-18C Hornet is perfect for beginners ready to dive a bit deeper and experience the full complexity that DCS modules can offer without feeling totally overwhelmed. But what if you don't want to fly jets? That's where the UH-1H Huey comes in. This legendary helicopter is one of the best ways to get into rotary wing flying in DCS. It's a Vietnam-era utility helicopter that's fun, immersive, and surprisingly beginner-friendly. Unlike modern helicopters with complex digital avionics, the Huey keeps things old school. You have a simple analog cockpit, no fancy screens, and an emphasis on stick and rudder flying. If you want to master helicopter flight, this is the perfect place to start. Another great thing about the Huey is its versatility. You can fly transport missions, support ground troops, or even get into combat with rockets and door gunners. Plus, hovering and landing on tight spots is a fun challenge that really improves your overall piloting skills. Now, I know I said top 3, but I can't help but give a shout out to a couple of other modules. First one is F-16C Viper, a versatile and agile fighter that's both fun and challenging. Second is A-10C II Tank Killer. If air-to-ground is your thing, A-10C is the king of close air support. Armed with GAU-8 Avenger cannon and an arsenal of bombs and missiles, is a ground commander's best friend. Before you rush out and buy a module, here are 3 additional quick things to consider. 1. Consider your interest. Are you more into air-to-air combat or ground attacks? Maybe a mix of both? 2. Think about complexity. Do you want to start simple or dive straight into the deep end? 3. Community and resources. Check out tutorials and community discussions. A supportive community can make learning much more enjoyable. Having said that, the DCS community on Reddit and other platforms is full of experienced gamers eager to help newbies. Whether you need training missions, advice on flight gear, or just want to share your latest mission, there is a place for you. So there you have it, the top 3 DCS modules I recommend for beginners. 1. Flaming Cliffs for its variety and simplicity. 2. A-18C Hornet for multi-role flexibility. 3. UH-1H Huey for helicopter experience. DCS is an incredible flight simulator that offers depth, realism, and endless hours of flying fun. Choosing the right module to start with can make all the difference in your virtual pilot journey. If you found this video helpful, why not give it a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe for more flight sim content. Fly safe out there, and I'll see you in the skies.